Jessica with Chapter Chicks, and today I am here to talk about The Lying Game by Sara Shepard. I've had this book for a very long time and for some reason have yet to read it, but I finally got to it this month and I am so happy that I did. I watched the show first. I know it's a big boo-boo, but as a stay-at-home mother, I get very bored sometimes, and when there is a whole season of a show to watch on Netflix, you know I'm watching it. So, the book is very different than the show. However, there are very major differences. In the book, Sutton is deceased. So, before I go into more of that, I will tell you guys a little bit about what this is about. It's kind of like Sister Sister meets The New Age. It's about these two twins who were separated at birth, one of whom went into foster care and the other ended up getting adopted by this very rich family and had this luscious life where she had everything that she could ever want, but something still was missing for Sutton, and her friends were not known for being the kindest to her peers. There are plenty of people who want Sutton dead, and one day Emma finds a video on YouTube of Sutton, a person who looks just like her, being strangled, and she emails the person messages the person on Facebook to figure out if they can meet up and that they might be long lost twins. She gets a reply, she goes to meet Sutton, and Sutton is nowhere to be found, but she does get a note saying that she needs to impersonate Sutton or Emma will be next. It's a very good story. It really picks up right away, and I really enjoyed it. I say that this is definitely worth reading. So there are some very major differences. First of all, like I said, Sutton is actually dead in this, wherein The Lying Game it is a little unsure as whether or not she is dead or alive. This is the same author as the Pretty Little Liars series, Sara Shepard, and while I enjoy the Pretty Little Liars show better than I enjoy the books, I would have to say that I liked The Lying Game better than I liked the first season of the show, but the show did get canceled. So that's kind of a bummer because I did like both twists, but you know, at least we have the books to move on. I think the 6th and final one was just published, or 7th is soon to be published or something. I know that the series is almost over, so I have a lot of catching up to do, but I can't wait to do it because I really enjoyed this book. It took me about a day to read it, which is fairly quick for me. I am a very fast reader, but for me to actually have time to sit down lately and read a whole book in a day is almost unheard of, and I've done it twice this month. So I'm very excited. I'm very glad I got to read it, and I hope you guys like it and enjoy it as much as I did. So that was the non-spoiler version, and now I'm going to go into the spoiler version, where I'm not necessarily giving spoilers, but I'm talking to you about it as if I'm talking to a best friend, because you guys are awesome. When I started The Lying Game, I was a little unsure about it because I really like the show, and it's either usually hit or miss. They either miss the book entirely, or they just make it so much better, and I feel like the book is better than the movie or the show in this particular instance. I felt like you got, since it's from Sutton's point of view and Emma's point of view, I feel like you got a lot of information that you didn't get in the show, because while it shows everybody, it doesn't really show how Sutton is really feeling about things. But in the book you get to see exactly how Sutton is feeling about things, and that is awesome. She has forgotten everything in her past and is slowly remembering it as well, along with Emma, through Emma's eyes. And Emma is bound and determined to find Sutton's murderer because she is getting death threats as well. She even tries to leave at that one point, and it doesn't happen. The one thing I am disappointed about, though, is the amount that Ethan was in the book. He very quickly becomes a big player in the show, and I really liked him. I liked the whole can't date you because you're my sister's boyfriend, blah blah blah, and that really didn't show up in the book too much. I think there was a hint of it toward the end where he knew Sutton a little better than he was suggesting. I thought it was very cool that she thought Laurel was trying to kill her at some point, and I'm still a little unconvinced as to whether or not it was Laurel, because all of her friends hated her so much. Sorry about that noise, guys. Someone is mowing and I can't really do anything about it. I thought the flashbacks were the most interesting part of the book because I really want to know who's trying to kill Sutton. I hadn't figured it out at the point I am in the TV show, so I haven't figured it out yet in the book at either, because obviously if there's 5 more books, they're not gonna give away the killer in the first one. But I feel like they give a lot of clues and then kind of throw you off of the trail again and then give you a lot of clues. so I'm really unsure, and I really like questions being answered rather than questions being asked, so that was kind of a bum deal. What was I wanting to say about the book? What was it? It was in my mind, and now it's gone. It just went like the wind. I have a kind of a hard time trying to figure out whether or not this is character driven or plot driven, because I feel like they work together so well. The plot really pushes the characters. You see, like, you really see the characters develop as the plot thickens and continues. So I feel like this can go either way. If you're a plot person, you might like it, but there isn't as much plot as there is character development, but there is definitely a lot of plot, and it keeps you very interested and on your toes. There's not a time in this book where I got bored. Like I said, I read it in one day. There was definitely a lot of plot, but I'm more of a character-driven person myself, so I felt like there was also a lot of character awesomeness in this. That is all I have to say about The Lion Game. This was definitely a lighter book, so there's not really much in depth I can get into, but I definitely recommend it to anyone who hasn't read it, anyone who likes the Pretty Little Liars series, anyone who likes a darker twist on chick lit, and anyone who likes a mystery. So I am Jessica with Chapter Chicks. This is my review over The Lion Game by Sarah Shepard, and I hope you guys enjoyed it.